time to actually implement this part that breaks the user's number up into digits and stores. So if I'm going to use numDigits as a guide, and then I can, because I've been coding for a zillion years and at this point, I know it's going to be its own method, but say I didn't know that it's going to be its own method, and I just want to use this for a guide to start. So I know that I need to keep track of where I am, and so that it would be a good, I'm probably going to need some kind of a counter or index to keep track of that. I know I'm going to need a while loop. And just to review what numDigits did from Lab 7, I kept dividing by 10, and every time I divided by 10, I would get the next smaller number. So if I had 465, 465 became 46, then 46 became 4, and then 4 became 0 as I kept dividing by 10, and that's how I would figure out how many digits I had. So that's the structure of my while loop. Let me do it down here just in this exact same way, and then I'll split it out into its own method afterwards once I sort of understand what it's supposed to be doing. And I'm going to put an index right here, and I'll start it at 0 right now because I'm not sure what to do with it yet. But my while loop will look very similar to the numDigits. I'm breaking up the number, and so as long as it's not yet gone down to 0, I'm going to keep going. As I did before, I'm going to keep dividing it by 0, and then I'll make my index. This is what I did before for numDigits. So let me see how I want to modify this. First of all, I need to fetch the last digit every time. This one's just counting the number, and so it's not important that I get the last digit. So at the point where I've divided 10, the point where I've divided by 10, I've lost the last digit. So before I do the division, I better mod by 10. And since I just need the last digit for this instant in time, I don't need to save it outside the while loop. I can declare it right in here, right inside the while loop. Number mod 10. This doesn't modify number, it just takes the last digit off and puts it into the last digit. Now I've got the last digit dangling around, and what do I do with it? Well, I want to put it into my array, and if I'm working from the end of the number to the left, I need to work from the end of my array to the left. So even though I started my index at 0, I'm going to rethink that idea, and I'm going to put it in at the last slot of the array. Really, what I should have done is done this forwards and showed you that it's backwards. But yeah, okay. What is my last item in the array? Well, it is the length minus 1 of the array. So we've got the digits array dot length minus 1 is the last spot in the array. Last index in digits array. Okay, that means that I'm starting at the end and I'm moving to the left or downward towards 0. So I'm going to subtract 1 from index each time. Okay, what do I do with it? Well, I need to take this last digit and actually put it into the array, and so I'll do that by naming my digits array and then saying which spot I want it to go into, index, setting it equal to whatever that last digit is. So as I loop through this, I start at the very end. As long as the number has digits left in it, I pop off the last digit. I put it into that spot of the array. I get rid of the last digit from the number, and I go 1 to the left in my index. I think I'll print right now just to see if I'm on track. Arrays.toString digits array. Okay, let's give it a try. Here we are. Looks like I have forgotten to import my arrays class. Go and do that. One more try there. Much better. Let's enter a valid integer. 35728. Hey, very cool. Yes, I do. 381. Beautiful. And